never gonna let we can falter in the battle. We're tried and true. Indiana, Indiana, we're all for you.
Welcome to another episode of the Indiana Basketball Show. I am Mike Goodpaster here with Hoosier legend number 34, Steve Risley, talking about the Indiana Hoosiers beating not Alabama A&M, but Marquette 100-77 yesterday, Steve. I think we saw a lot of the things that we were hoping to see too yesterday.
It was a tremendous follow-up to the Alabama A&M game. You know, we had some concerns about Alabama A&M really not throwing much at them, and we needed to see them play a little bit tougher program. I think Marquette was a tougher, more athletic program, and we saw everything the same, if not better, this outing out. I know we'll go over the box score in the stat sheets, but I think that this team is, you know, there's an old saying that you've heard, I didn't create it, and Knight used it every day. Everybody has the will to prepare. Everybody has the will to win. Very few people have the will to prepare to win. I think this team is preparing to win well and doing very well. But it was a great follow-up to validate the good play against Alabama A&M. Very happy to see the game.
Yeah, and when you look at it, field goal percentage overall, Indiana 50%, Marquette 37%, Indiana 14 for 28 from three-point range. They held Marquette 4 for 16, 25%. Free throw line, Hoosiers 20 for 24, 83%. The rebounds, which we're going to talk about in a minute, IU got out-rebounded, 39-34. When you look at this, though, Steve, this is something we're not really used to seeing. Out of all those points, there were 27 assists by Indiana. And I think that really shows us that this team is unselfish. They look for the best shot available. And there's nobody here when they get the ball, you think, oh, well, that's definitely going to be a shot, which is something that did happen in the past with this team.
Yeah, I can't count the number of times I saw IU pass up a shot that last year would have been taken. You know, if they didn't have a clear open shot, and Mike, not only did they shoot 50% from 2-point range, they shot 50% from 3-point range.
Yeah.
That tells you right there that the key to this right now offensively is shot selection, I believe. They are getting excellent shot selection with a balance of inside scoring and outside scoring. I think they put up enough points inside. I think Bailey and Sisley looked formidable, looked strong. I think both of them, did Bailey score in double figures?
No, because he only played 13 minutes because he got in foul trouble because the officials in this game were doing it like it was a, what's that called, an upper league game where they don't keep score.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pathetic, the officiating in this game.
But that being said, I thought the scoring was balanced. We had in the paint, we scored 32 points in the paint. You know, that's a third of the production of points with what we consider to be a weak inside effort right now. No, I don't want to say weak.
I don't think it's a weak.
It's not our strength. Our strength definitely is our guard play and our outside scoring, but yet we still are able to get 32 points with a freshman, a true freshman playing, and a team that hasn't played well together. So I love the balance. I love the sharing of the ball. We had
8 turnovers.
Only 8 turnovers. So we're just handling the rock good. Assists, we had 27 assists?
27 assists.
27 assists turnovers. Tells you right there. A team puts up 27 assists, Mike. You know they're sharing the basketball.
Yeah, and that's what
Rick Hollabaugh around other people. They're not looking for individual glory. They're looking for team success and making sure that the job gets done before they worry about this team's starting to write the definition of there's no I in team this early in the season, and I like that. I love what Coach DeVries is doing and how he's getting these guys to play so well together.
Yeah, Rick Hollabaugh says the same thing. 8 turnovers. Victory favors the team making the fewest mistakes. Robert Schwartz, we saw something against an OOC opponent we haven't seen for a long time. Court awareness and a team playing loose. And I'll tell you, and I brought it up in my article this morning, one of my biggest takeaways was how this entire coaching staff was into this game.
I noticed that too.
I mean, the entire coaching staff was up. They were coaching. We haven't seen that in a long time in Indiana either.
No, it was a throwback to the days when I was playing when every coach, I'm sure DeVries has got this system set up where every coach has an assignment to guard, to keep the focus on, keep an eye on, if it's blocking out, if it's rebounding, if it's coming off a screen properly, if it's setting screens properly. And they weren't all up yelling at the same time. They were barking as it was necessary to bark. And it was well orchestrated, well controlled by the coaching staff.
Like the old days of Joby writing them back there yelling at everybody.
I noticed his mannerisms. DeVries was 99% positive in this game.
Yeah. And this is the thing. 33 made field goals, 27 assists. We haven't seen that forever. The other thing to me was Tucker DeVries was absolutely unstoppable in the first half.
Yeah.
The full offensive arsenal was on display. And then he got in foul trouble. When he got in foul trouble, then Lamar Wilkerson stepped in.
Picks it up.
He 23 points. And I know at halftime, you made the comment to me, I'm just waiting to see who the secondary scorer is.
Yeah.
And I did say Wilkerson in my defense. But then he came out and actually did that.
You're a rocket surgeon, Mike. We know that.
Thank you. All right. My grades would not say that. But, yeah. And the other thing is this. Marquette has some very good guards. And
they were athletic.
IU Dawa, Chase Ross or something. The kid is a stud. And the Hoosiers only committed 8 turnovers. And, the Golden Eagles only turned those 8 turnovers into 11 points.
Right.
But Indiana won the points off turnover battle. And Peyton Conner Enright combined for 13 assists and only 3 turnovers in 45 minutes. And I know that Coach DeVries has mentioned that the Hoosiers have tried to assist in turnover numbers. They do it in practice, Steve. And the results have been encouraging.
We did too, yeah. We got a stat sheet after every practice.
Yeah, I would almost guarantee you the last few years that was not done.
No, that wasn't happening.
The other thing about this is you had role players step up. Trent Sisley, who I know you love, he's going to be a great player.
He's my go-to player this year. I think Sisley's going to be the surprise of the season. I'd love to get down and coach that kid for a week.
Well, you could say surprise, but don't say the go-to guy because they do have those other 2 guys.
Yeah, but Sisley's going to step up. This kid.
He stepped up yesterday. 15
This kid's
points.
going to be one of the last true Indiana heroes because 4-year players are going to be hard to find at schools like IU anymore. But Sisley is going to be one of the last true 4-year IU heroes.
And I think also when you had Bailey get in foul trouble, you had Sam Alexis stepped up, 13 points, 5 rebounds in 26 minutes. Another one, Josiah Miles, I think had easily his best performance in an IU uniform yesterday, even considering what he did in Puerto Rico, which I know he did good there too. But he scored 4 points, 3 rebounds, had a steal in 14 minutes, 2 of 5 from the floor. And, on an afternoon when the Hoosiers were in foul trouble, from the opening tip-off, it seemed like 3 reliable reserves.
Yeah, Bailey went out quick, didn't he? Bailey went out real fast.
Yeah, Sisley, Alexis, and Miles were all huge here because when you get a guy like Reed Bailey in foul trouble and you do have issues rebounding the ball and you don't really have another rim protector, the fact that those guys all stepped up, I think, was huge.
Yeah, what I think is great is when you got a good coach, a really good coach who's building a good program, you can make stupid announcers like us real smart real quick too. Because what I noticed was, and the way I'm going to play this is, Indiana really felt this team out for the first 10 minutes of the ballgame. I think 10 minutes into the first part, that's the last time Marquette led. And then Indiana feels this team out, gets an understanding of what they're capable of doing, goes on a 34-14 run for the rest of the first half and just blows the game wide open from that point on. And then I got a little concerned because they came out a little sloppy the first 5 minutes of the second half. I thought, guys,
that kind of looked like the stuff we'd seen the last few years.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I said, come on, guys. Every coach in the world tells you the first 5 minutes of the second half is the most critical part of a game. And we didn't handle it as well as I'd like. But in a game and in a series of programs that we were doing so far of nothing bad to really talk about so far, this second game of the season, that's something to focus on. That and rebounding, making sure that when the second half tips off and goes, we're in control of that no matter what. If we're 20 points up, if we're 5 points down, that we own that first 5 minutes. And that's something Coach DeVries, I'm sure, is hammering home to his players right now. And I hopefully, like you said, I said 30 minutes of rebounding every day. You said an hour, and you're probably more accurate on that than I am. Rebounding. We got out rebounded, but not badly, 34-35. I thought we matched up height-wise with this team pretty well. I don't think they were a lot taller.
Marquette, Shaka Smart likes to play the same way Derek.
Yeah, but they and I say they're more athletic. I don't know that they're more athletic. I mean, we were a little more physical than they were.
I think Indiana is very athletic.
Pardon?
I think IU's a very
I think at guard we are. Well, yeah. And Sisley looks like he's good at going the hole.
Bailey
goes to the hole really well. I think, you know, the other thing I highlighted on here, the thing that concerns me too, we committed 25 personal fouls.
But I think a lot of that may have been a byproduct.
Well, we can't, you know, that's the nature of the game that we got to just assume is going to happen.
Well, you've got to adjust to it too.
Got to get moving more on the balls of our feet defensively. We're nitpicking, Mike. We are absolutely nitpicking.
There was a lot of ticky-tack fouls there.
Yeah, but 25 fouls. You know, we had two players. We had one player foul out, and two guys with 4 fouls. In a critical game, we don't want that. We don't want key players playing with 4 fouls or fouling out of the game. So that's another thing that I think coach should be talking about is watch your reaching. You play with your defense with your feet, not your arms. You know, all these things you teach second graders about. So, you know, but we had both Bailey and Wilkerson 0 turnovers. All right, we're running a high-powered, fast-paced offense. I think Wilkerson's our primary ball handler for the most part, and 0 turnovers. These guys are handling the rock very well. They are protecting the rock, and that's what's allowing them to really get the shooting percentages that they're getting. I'm going to let you talk a little bit because I feel like, you know, I'm just hogging it up, but I'm just giddy.
You're fine. I like it.
Of course, I was giddy when they hired Mike Woodson, too, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Robert Stewart says, yo, from Vero. Robert, you were a little late today. You had a bunch of people on before you. And Robert says, we could shoot free throws. I think that's Robert's favorite thing. I think me, too. Now, when they miss a free throw, I'm actually shocked. So that's nice.
50% across the board for the game and 3-point and 2-point is just that's a rarity in college basketball to have a team that, and I'm talking about the numbers they put up, 24 3-point shots?
They put up 28 and made 14, I think.
Yeah, 28-14. I mean, that's a lot of 3-point shots.
It's going to be hard to beat you if you make 14 out of 20.
You do that, you're going to open up the inside and make it very easily for Bailey and Sisley. And they still got the one kid coming off the injury. What's the kid's name?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know. Not. Oh God.
I talked about it all week.
I know. We talked about it last game all the time. No. Oh, come on, Mike. Pull a roster up. We look like idiots.
No, you look like an idiot because you brought it up and you weren't prepared, Steve.
I know.
I know who it is, and I'm not just telling.
He didn't play at all in this game.
It was Nick Dorn. I remember that because it's like, you know,
I'll remember it
for
now.
Major League.
Major League third baseman played by oh God, the guy was in LA Law.
Yeah, that one white guy. Corbin Burnson.
Yeah. Corbin Burnson. There you go.
We beat Rick to it, I think. He said Nick Dorn to us.
Nick Dorn. Yeah. Nick I haven't seen him at all. This kid's supposed to be a little bit of an asset for our inside play. So I don't think we're as weak as we initially thought this team might be inside. Like I said, I would love to have Sisley for a week and just trash talk him and get him, you know, maybe he's like that. Maybe he's like that. Maybe he's, you know.
I could honestly tell you.
He's from Santa Claus, Indiana. Come on, if you're from Santa Claus, Indiana, it's like being from French Lick. You got to trash talk to survive.
Yeah, because Santa Claus, Indiana sounds like it's the streets of LA.
Yeah, ho, ho, ho. How many times do you think he's heard that?
I don't know, Steve. How many do you think?
I don't know. I'm not going to go there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. We missed 3 free throws in 2+ games.
I'll give it to you this way. You got good-looking cheerleaders. What would be the follow-up?
Who's got good-looking cheerleaders?
Santa Claus high school team.
Yeah, probably not anymore. I mean, even more they let the chubby girls be cheerleaders.
Hey, Cutter, the quarterback. What's his name? Cutter.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler was from Santa Claus, Indiana.
All right, Steve. Next up, they play UW of Milwaukee. What do you know about them, Steve?
Absolutely nothing.
I'm just kidding, Steve. I know a little bit. I know
Okay.
that they are the favorites coming into the season to win the Horizon League, which is not a bad league. But the other things I know is I think they've got 7 returning players. They've won 20 games each of the last 3 seasons. So I don't think this is an Alabama A&M situation, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So UW Milwaukee is not a bad team. I think they play Marquette too here in a week or two. But yeah, collegeinsider.com ranked them number 18 in the preseason mid-major top 25. Their head coach, very good coach, Bart Lundy. He kind of emphasizes the depth and experience. He wants to wear teams out. The key players are Faison Fields and Danilo Jovanovic. They got several transfers they've added. The schedule is to reach their goal, which is to make the NCAA tournament. They haven't done that since 2014. Even with the last 3 seasons of 20 wins each season, they've fallen short in the Horizon League tournament. So I don't think it's a gimme game, and it's hard not to have a little bit of a letdown. I know, Steve, when you were at IU, you'd play games where you would play a big game, maybe a Kentucky, a North Carolina, or Louisville, and then the next game you had to play a bad team. Never, because I'm going to look it up, Steve.
Go ahead.
Okay, I guarantee you have.
No.
Yeah.
I had bad games.
Not
games all the
you.
time.
I'm just saying you've never had a big game followed by. I mean, even in the Big Ten, you just beat Purdue, and now you got to play Northwestern.
Nothing comes to my mind that happened. Really, we were just that well coached. Knight made sure that crap didn't happen. I mean, I'm sure you're going to find.
No, what I'm saying is.
But I understand what you're saying. Yes.
How did he keep that from happening?
I personally don't think this to be a major win for Indiana. Truthfully, Marquette did not look that good to me. I want to see us play against Louisville and Kentucky. I want to see us go on the road and play these teams in a legitimate roadway game. Where did they play this game? It wasn't at United Center, was it? Or
Chicago, yeah.
Yeah, well, where? What gym?
It's in Chicago.
Okay, there are a lot of gyms in Chicago.
I don't know what the name of any place is anymore, Steve.
Well, it's not where the Bulls play, obviously. Is it still the United Center? The way these damn planes are falling out of the sky, they may not be able to call it that anymore.
All right, so I would say this, Steve. Indiana beat Kentucky in 1979, 68-67 in overtime, and then after that, you guys played Davidson.
Did we lose to Davidson?
No, you won by 37. My point was,
we didn't let down.
I never said they would let down. What my thing was, how do you not let down? How would Coach Knight have handled something like that?
We watched film of Kentucky for about 30 minutes and then went out and started watching film at Davidson, looking at their personnel. I mean, we had to figure out how to stop Steph Curry.
Yeah, but no, you didn't have to figure out how to stop Steph Curry.
Didn't you go to Davidson?
Yeah, but that was like in 2000.
Okay, what's his dad's name? Del Curry. We had to stop Del Curry.
Del Curry went to Virginia Tech, Steve.
All right.
I think Del Curry's even younger than you.
I think he is. I think everybody's younger than me.
Not everybody.
I think so. Ken Benson's not.
No, he was older than you. Mike
He's
Woodson was older than you, too.
All right. I think the point to look for in this game is, do we let down? And that's the key, I think. We'll see right now what DeVries does following up a good, solid, strong performance. Team hit on all 8 cylinders. Maybe not running at full RPM, but they hit on all 8 cylinders. They were smooth. They seemed to do everything well. I love the teamwork on this basketball team. I thought defensive positioning was good. I thought they got into the passing lanes. They took passes away. They did good denial out on the perimeter. I just didn't see a lot. I came and said, man, we haven't done this, Mike. I was thinking what we're doing this show said, we've come here with a boatload of crap to bitch about. And right now we're bitching about getting out rebounded by 4 rebounds. When we said rebounding was our weakest thing.
About it. Because if you make 14 threes, being out rebounded by 4 is not going to kill you.
Yeah, this was a fun game to look at on the stat sheet, and usually you don't get those. I mean, the ball scoring in the paint was strong. Transition, turnovers was good. Points off turnovers. They only got 11 off our 8. We got 15 off of their 15. Every time they made a turnover, we scored a point. So that's good. I mean, that's turning a turnover into a positive for us. So I think this team's thinking very smart early. I'm surprised how well they've come together. I'm really being sold on Tucker as a leader of this team, as a solid All-American or All Big Ten candidate.
He might be the best player in the country.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far yet, but I think he might be one of the top 5 players.
Dude, I tell you this, I wanted his dad to be the coach here just because I wanted him to play in an Indiana uniform.
Okay, well, you got it. And he's making the most of it for you. You should be very proud. I was wanting to not see nepotism, and I'm not seeing it all.
The kid's the best player on the floor. So
he's the best player on the floor, bar none. He's all Big Ten first team if he plays like this. Maybe Big Ten Player of the Year.
Yes, Robert is correct.
I think everybody.
This is what we talked about before we came on the show. Robert Schwartz says, "Ain't it fun? You have to look for things to critique."
Good point. Yeah. We're looking for things to critique because we got to, really, we only been on 21 minutes. We're going to get to the crap now. Can I start talking about Trump?
The interesting thing is
at the Commanders game last night.
Nobody cares about politics because politics are first.
Oh, this is Trump at the Commanders game. Let's talk about the Cleveland Indians or Guardians players gambling.
I didn't even know about that.
I didn't either.
I don't care either because
I don't either.
Boring. But does it surprise you though?
But know what's funny is
what's going to be bad is when it starts hitting. I guarantee it's going on in college basketball too.
Well, Dockage was on Fox Morning News this morning. He brought up a good point. He said these kids that are playing college sports, they sit next to a lot of these kids that gamble in college. They go to class and sit next to them. And the guy bitches at them and about not getting 6 rebounds instead of 5 or not meeting the prop bets. And he said all of a sudden these guys were like, hey, you limit yourself to 7 rebounds this game. I'll write your paper for you. Yeah. Or, I'll get you the answers to the test. Or, hey, I'll give you $5,000. Now, we speculated that right now Mendoza is probably making close to $1 million a year quarterback in IU's football team.
Well, he should be after Sunday.
He should be. No, but these guys, the way I look at it with the pro baseball players, their money is generally usually locked down and put away for them. I mean, if you got a good agent, he's giving you an allowance.
Oh, there's an awful lot of those guys. Maybe not baseball players, but an awful lot of them.
No, but if you got a chance to pick up an extra 5 or 10,000 walking around money cash just by missing and throwing a couple balls in a game, what harm is that to them? But then that's what's constituting a lot of this crap. Also, I noticed in the sports on the NFL and in the end of the World Series, all of the advertising for the sports booking houses was not on the TV screen anymore. If you pay attention to an NBA game or an NFL game.
I don't watch the NBA. That's stupid.
No, but NFL, I watched one Pacer game. But all the bottom line, the ticker tape line at the bottom, used to always be brought to you by DraftKings or ESPN Bet, or those are all gone now. Interesting.
The Cleveland Guardians stuff is serious too.
That's yeah. What they say, the one pitcher was slated to make $38 million.
Yeah, and they were doing
$5,000 or $10,000.
Yeah, these were like
sad.
Total $60,000-$70,000.
Okay, that's enough of that.
How stupid can you be, though?
I loved hearing the Democratic senator this morning. He said, Trump's just beating us up. He's making all these threats, and the guy's carrying him out.
It doesn't matter. The politics is a joke. And if we wanted to talk about politics, then we could be like ESPN, and I don't want to be like ESPN.
No, I don't want to be Stephen A. Smith.
Nobody wants to, because I'm pretty sure Stephen A. Smith's got the IQ of about 75 would be.
He's got the pocketbook of a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, because he's a plant, dude.
Yeah.
He's there to stir up racial divide. But Thursday at 1, you can come, and there'll be no racial divide because me and Steve are both white. And we will tell you all about the Indiana Hoosiers against the UW Milwaukee. Yeah, well, I mean, what else is there to talk about, Steve?
Well, I wanted to know, what are your expectations now for Wednesday night at 7 o'clock in Assembly Hall?
Well, my expectations are they'll shoot at least 80% from the free throw line. They'll shoot at least 45% from three-point line and win the game 105-71.
Okay, you know what my expectations are? Do you care?
No, I don't care, but you can tell us.
My expectations is that we relive this effort made against Marquette. I just want to see consistency right now. Growth will come as the season goes on. I want growth, but I want to see consistency over growth right now. I just want them to know that I can put them in any game and they're going to play like this. Right now, they played a tougher team than they played before. They were consistent in their ability to play. They did the same thing against Marquette that they did against Alabama A&M. Now I want to see them do that to Milwaukee, who I don't know if Milwaukee's a better team than Marquette or not. Probably not, but still, I want to see the consistency. I want to see another good shooting.
I think Milwaukee's closer to being Marquette than they are being Alabama A&M.
Yes, that? Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
And Brian Wetter says, any commentary regarding the catch by Cooper? Well, the catch was by Dwight Clark in the 1981 NFC Championship game. This would have been like the Happy Valley Miracle or something. I thought it was pretty impressive. And I think that it should win Mendoza the Heisman because that last 80-yard drive, and it wasn't just Cooper's catch. It was the catch by the tight end, too, like the 15, 20-yard line going out.
It was as well orchestrated a drive as you've seen in college football in a long time.
The concern is this. Right now, this Indiana team can't win a national championship without getting their offensive linemen back and healthy.
Yeah.
Because they got pushed around in the interior by Penn State.
Penn State beat them up pretty good. And that scares me when you go up against an Alabama or a Michigan or an Ohio State team.
Remember this, going into the season, though, I mean, Penn State was considered the second best roster in college football. So James Franklin screwed the pooch on that one.
I don't think they were far off. I mean, roster-wise, they just did not have the quarterback that we have. And I'm not saying solely it was on his, but he definitely won the game for this football team and the receivers. I'll tell you, we looked at that, and when the play happened in the end zone, I looked at it and I said, God, Tia, he's out of bounds. Or no, that's not right. They're going to call him out of bounds. And they started showing the replay, and son of a buck, if the referee did not get it right, he absolutely got that call right.
It doesn't happen very often.
It does not. I mean, that was a tough call to make, too. That was just I love the methodology they use is see where his feet land and then look and see if he caught the ball or not. If his feet are in bounds, we got that box checked. Now let's see if he still has the ball. So and he did a great job. He looked at the feet. How he can see that at that point in time, it just leads us to this. The last home game is noon at Memorial Stadium on Saturday. If Indiana beats Wisconsin, they will secure a bid in the Big Ten football championship game. Wouldn't it be something if we won a Big Ten football championship before we won a Big Ten basketball championship? When's the last time that happened?
What is the last time that happened?
1967 it would have to be.
And that was a tie for the Big Ten champ. 1945 and 1967 are the only two times
only time we went to the Rose Bowl.
1967, yes. 45, they didn't get to go to Rose Bowl. They tied for it, but I guess lost out.
Yeah.
All right, Steve.
Well, basketball team is right on track. They're ahead of track of what I thought they'd be at this point in time. They have gelled much faster.
Hey, you know what? It goes to say for all the people like that one dumbass down in Fort Myers, that little short bitch who had that one website for a while, or Facebook page. If you remember, his excuse for Mike Woodson was, well, these are all new guys and you got to give him time. Well, isn't it amazing how you get an actual college basketball coach in here and it takes almost no time? But
I heard he's renamed his site from I got Woodson or you got Woodson.
I don't even know what it was.
Staring at Darren.
Staring at Darren?
Staring at Darren.
All right, Robert Schwartz says, anyone that didn't see IU's football team losing this game before that 2-minute drive is being honest. Actually, Robert.
I thought they were beat. I told my wife
they were going to win the game.
I was so despondent because it's like, God damn, they'll be okay. They'll make the playoffs, but just the fun of, dadgummit, guys. And then if Mendoza doesn't just leave.
I thought they were going to win the game, Steve. Well,
you know what, Mike? That's why you're the fabulous five-time coach of the year in the Indoor Arena Football League. You're in the Hall of Fame there. I'm just lowly in the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame and have a national championship. I'm nowhere near you.
I'm not in the Hall of Fame, and it burnt down.
It burnt down?
Yeah, crack pipe. It used to be the Indoor Football Hall of Fame was in L.A. under the freeway, but there was a couple homeless people.
Oh, speaking of which, heard you guys got a little bad weather there.
Hey, there's the Indiana Sports Connection says we got a real basketball coach. Yes, we do, unlike previous years. And yes, Steve, it is snowing here today. I'm having to move my football practice indoors.
90 here today, not a cloud in the sky. Nice orange scent. The orange trees are blossoming right now. Oranges are growing out. You get the scent of orange in the air, and you got a little bit of salt air coming in, a little bit of mild wind coming off the ocean. We're close enough to the ocean. We get some nice salt air, and it's just what a wonderful combination of smells.
Hey, Robert Schwartz says he just loves us guys, and we love you too, Robert.
We have fun.
Indiana Sports Connection says we are pouring into points, so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Colabo says, I thought we were going to lose, but they snatched a victory from hands. So we're doing an IU basketball show. They look like they're going to be awesome. And, a third of the comments are about Indiana football.
Why not? Cool. Hey, it's their 15 minutes of fame, man. Let them have it. Are you kidding? We got a long season in front of us, and we're going to be celebrating our team as a national champion. And let's get
Why don't we just win? Why don't we just win both national championships?
I have no problem with that whatsoever. I think we may be. I don't know. I don't want to say it. Anything can happen. This seems like a wide open year in college basketball. I don't even seen anybody step up yet.
Steve, let me ask you something. Have you watched any other college basketball games this year?
Yes.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, I watched Belichick coach North Carolina's basketball team.
I said, okay.
Actually, his girlfriend's coaching the basketball team.
Indiana Sports Connection will be making a video later. His daughter. We'll promote him because I really don't care. I don't even know who he is.
His daughter's school was canceled for the snow.
I know. I mean, back in the day, 3 inches of snow wouldn't even get me a 2-hour delay. Let
me tell you about the difference between L.A. and Southern Indiana. Our schools are canceled because of massive gunfights happening on the interstate.
We just ignored the massive gunfights.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody's got a gun, so there's not as many gunfights.
Oh, God.
You got to be in a place like L.A. where it's harder to have a gun, and that's where you get the gunfights.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's not political commentary. That is just a fact.
I stay home. I have a 5-year-old Ram pickup truck. It's got 13,000 miles on it. I don't go anywhere.
Robert says he'd be happy to see IU get past the Sweet 16. I would like to see IU just get into March where we don't have to do that horrible, on the bubble, first 4 teams out.
I just want to see them play as consistently as they have in the first 2 games. And if they do that, everything else is going to fall into place for Indiana. I don't think we're going to be the best team in college basketball this year.
Early Purdue,
but we're going to be one of the best 65.
Early Purdue versus Indiana prediction. Hoosiers by 15.
I'd say, is this basketball or football?
Basketball. I would think it's just basketball. There's no predicting in the football.
I think Indiana wins the game. I think Indiana will win the game. They'll figure out how to play post defense and handle all the inside play. Well, I have that much confidence in DeVries all of a sudden.
Also, I can tell you this. I mean, Indiana, in almost every game they play, will have the best player on the floor. And after watching Wilkerson, they might have the 2 best players on the floor. So,
and I'll tell you what, watching Sisley play, you got the best natural freshman.
How many other teams have you seen play, Steve?
I think I saw part of North Carolina play. No, I did.
I'm just kidding, Steve. Jeez.
I've watched. I'm into football.
I haven't watched any basketball. I'm just watching football.
Hey, how are the Bungles doing? My beloved Colts are number 1 seed in the AFC right now.
I'm of the age where old farmers drove the bus. Roads had to be beyond impassable to not go to school.
Right.
Those were good old days.
Hey, you know what? When I went to Great Elementary School in Indianapolis, we walked. We couldn't get the buses out.
You
just walked to school.
You know what's a bitch? Well, that's when the horses weren't running, right?
Right.
But what was a bitch is this. When you're growing up, you were praying to God that school would get canceled. So once you've got kids, you're praying to God they have school.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I agree with Indiana Sports Connection. Undefeated season, nothing less. Agreed.
For the basketball?
Yeah. Let's go undefeated in both.
I did have a question about that. Now, in 4 years or 5 years, are they going to put an 81 on their damn uniforms?
I was thinking that too, and I'm thinking probably not, Steve.
Probably
You didn't
not.
go undefeated.
Probably not. I saw that 76 up there, and
I thought maybe they would
okay,
put a 26 on it because you and Isaiah combined for
not for
26
26.
points.
No, I'll take the 81. But I just said. Then I looked and I said, "Damn, I hope I'm alive to find that out."
Indiana Sports Connection's grandpa was an old farmer who drove the bus. No kidding. I believe that.
It was probably the church bus too. They just repainted it.
Well, they painted every Saturday so they could use it for the church.
Hoosiers, when they took the one the Strap's dad was the minister, and they painted the church bus for every basketball season.
Yeah,
come on. Don't tell me you haven't seen Hoosiers in the last couple
lose. Ask Signetti. There's no planning to lose anymore.
We've got him locked down for 11 years. That guy's not going
No, I know. He's saying you don't need to plan to lose. Just ask Signetti because he never plans to lose.
I love this comment. Coach, Indiana's 0-12 at Penn State. What do you think about that? This team's never played at Penn State.
That is true, though.
I love that guy. He's a modernized version of Bob Knight.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah, he's a modernized version of Bob Knight. He's got the intensity. I think he's a little bit more media panached.
I don't know. I think he's more if you made Larry Bird a football coach.
No.
It doesn't really say much. Just tells you he's going to win.
He doesn't trash talk to others. He just trash talks about his own team.
Yeah, about how good they are and how bad you're going to whip your ass.
Best line. Look me up on Google. I win.
But Google me. All right, guys.
I win.
We're going to wrap it up so we can get this shared so the whole world can see it, Steve. And we'll be back Thursday at 1, Steve.
What time? 1 o'clock? Sure. Normal time? Sure. I got to get out of bed early.
But all right.
I'm on LA time, baby.
All right. Now I'm on Indiana time where it's snowing and I have to practice inside tonight.
90 and sunny here today.
All right. Well, remember, make sure you hit the like button on this so it goes out to more people. A little bit like, subscribe on YouTube. Go check us out on X. Check out the Indiana Sports Connection. I'll go find him tonight so we can watch one of his shows. Maybe we'll have him on if he's any good.
Hey,
if not, maybe we can have his dad who was the bus driver.
Hey, so, one thing is that the sign here, Knight versus Signetti. Knight walked over Corso. Lee Corso was the first college coach ever to recruit me, period. How about that?
Yeah, I don't respect him much, though, but still.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. He was kind of a dipshit. He was kind of like Kirk Signetti, only he failed every time he ran his mouth. Okay. My favorite was the Indiana-Nebraska game where they got Nebraska in 1978, I think it was, at IU. And it was the biggest game in history. He was telling everybody how we were going to whip Nebraska's ass. I was all pumped up as like a 10-year-old watching the game. And then they got beat like 68-13 or something.
Yeah, my best recruiting plays. I was a pretty good quarterback too. I was tall. I was, what would have been the prototype then. Now is pretty much a standard, 6'5" quarterback. I was 6'7" or 6'8" back then, but
that's not a prototypical quarterback.
Well, it was in that mold of a taller quarterback anyway. I get a phone call from Barry Switzer, who's coaching at Oklahoma. Wants me to consider coming out to Oklahoma to play football. I said, screw that. You don't throw the ball 5 times all season. You're going to turn me into a 270-pound defensive tackle.
You'll be a tight end.
Yeah, I don't even know if I was that. Yeah, no, you have a tight end, Mike.
Thank you, Steve.
There you go.
That is so gay, by the way.
I know. Let's get out of here before we get in trouble.
We have to, since now you're sexually freaking harassing me. And I'm going to take Indiana Sports Connection, Brian Wetters, and everybody. Yeah, I'm calling HR. I'm HR. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap the show up. Make sure you follow us on X.
Hey, thanks to our brothers from Indiana Sports Corp Connection for
at Grilling Truth. Yeah, we'll have to go check his show out.
Yeah, thanks for jumping online.
Robert Schwartz, Brian, Robert Stewart, everybody, Rick Holloman. There's a lot there.
Tell him if he wants to share. We want to share our link to his people. We'll do that. Give us a link.
Next show on Thursday. If you want to put a link on there, we'll let it out and so people can click on it.
Or give it to you so you can share it.
Well, let's go watch his show first. He may be like that one guy we don't want to talk about. Maybe he's like the little moron from Fort Myers that didn't know anything and does the show.
Would you leave him alone?
What are you talking about?
Just
I don't
leave
even
him
remember his
alone. All
name.
right.
I just remember
Leave the
little
guy
midget.
alone.
He got Woodson. Now, all right. Wonder how he's liking this now. All right, guys, we're going to wrap the show up for Fort Myers, Florida. There you go. We will see you guys on Thursday at 1 o'clock. For Steve Risley, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.